Welcome, friends, to The Confused Breakfast, the podcast where we hit pause on the chaos of today and rewind to a simpler time when it wasn't about convenience, it was about the experience. Remember the magic of a Friday night trip to the video rental store? Wandering the aisles, making the big change decision of what movie was coming home with you.
Yeah.
You threw me off because you didn't say it. We're all part of the last generation that knows the joy of the search, the snap of the plastic clamshell, and we're all here to revisit the movies that shaped us and defined our childhoods. My name is Mike Schulte. Joining me, as always, two dudes who didn't say the goddamn rendezvous was in a fucking basement. Sean Pryor and AJ Vance, how the heck are you?
I was trying to think of what yes was in German.
It's probably like da. It's probably close to da.
It's probably like da.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Kleist. That's all I know in German.
No. Well, hey,
I don't know if that's bad.
No.
Okay.
No,
Duh.
Kleist.
Kleist.
I think it's yeet. I think that sounds like the German
Yeet.
for yes. No, guys, the meeting place is not in a basement anymore, Mike. We're on the 4th floor.
Cool.
Yep.
All
So
right,
is that we have the high ground?
We got the high ground now.
Does that count for anything?
It counts, but we're not in a tavern.
We are not in a tavern. That has also we
But
want
we
a
do-
tavern, but we don't want it downstairs.
You know what, though? But we do have some delicious Big Grove.
Thank God.
Beer of the episode today, Birch the Bear. American Brown Ale brought to you by Sean Pryor.
Birch the Bear Jew.
the
Had to do it.
Jew.
Had to do it. I went into Hy-Vee and I was like, what's a good fun theme for Inglorious Basterds? Birch the Bear Jew.
That tastes like something that Aldo would drink, 100%. After hitting his snuff box, he would hit some of this.
Oh, yeah.
Big Grove Brewery, check them out.
yeah.
Always representing Confused Breakfast with the beer of the episode. But my friends, on today's episode, we discuss the 7th movie written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Of all of his films, it is the 4th highest rated on IMDb and the 3rd highest rated on Rotten Tomatoes. This was Quentin Tarantino's film with the most Academy Award nominations until Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Nice.
It's hilarious, it's inspiring, and it is fucking brutal. We're, of course, talking about 2009's Inglorious Basterds.
Good year.
Nice.
Well, dang it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another nostalgic journey to the past with The Confused Breakfast.
Nice.
Sit back,
Bye.
relax, and enjoy wherever you are in the world. Take it away, boys.
Well, if you are new to the podcast, we're going to be reviewing this movie scene by scene with a modern eye.
That's me.
But we believe that we got to talk about it with nostalgia first, because that's sort of what the vibe is, you know, like the rental store era. Talk about it with nostalgia.
Oh, yeah, that is the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, sort of our whole thing. So we're going to do a quick 30 seconds on that and then move on. Sean, first time you ever saw this movie, what was your rating? What were your thoughts?
Senior in high school, and I am a huge Inglorious Basterds, and Quentin Tarantino fan at this time. And I remember looking up early for me online, what his next thing was going to be, and there was all these rumors and like all this fan art and stuff. And then my mom and I finally went to see it and absolutely loved it. Every time a Tarantino movie comes out, it's my favorite. So I'm gonna say 10.
10 from Sean. AJ, what about you?
You know, I didn't see this movie right away at all. Like Tarantino movies were probably still a little bit off my radar even. It came out when I would have been in college. And I probably gave it a couple of years because like I distinctly remember the first time seeing like a Kill Bill movie, thinking it was going to be like funny, and like my dad and I rented it, and it turns out it was different than that, very different. It was just like brutal from the get-go. So that was my only take on Quentin Tarantino at that point. So when I finally saw this, it's probably like a couple years later, like let's call it 2011. Saw it, and I liked anything that was World War II, so I was jazzed on this movie. I didn't get the ending of it at all, though, because I didn't know you could do this to history, that you could just change facts in movies and stuff. I didn't get it. So that all being said, I would probably still give it a 7.35.
7.35. I was a big Quentin fan from like the Pulp Fiction Reservoir Dogs standpoint, but I didn't necessarily like the next couple movies that came out at the time that I had watched them. It's just like, they're kind of weird. And same as you, like, first time I saw this, I didn't understand why the history was changed. I didn't know you could do that. I was blown away by this opening scene, but then I felt like a lot of the rest of it felt like more cartoony.
Right.
Than the opening scene sort of did. And so I don't know. First time I watched it, I was like, I get it. It's cool, but it's not for me, kind of a thing. And it was just before I really could appreciate what Quentin Tarantino has done over the years. So I don't know. I'll call it like a 7 probably when I first saw it. We got Nick Mad, executive producer. This was his choice of a movie. I believe Quentin Tarantino is the greatest auteur filmmaker alive today. Watching his early films for the first time marked a transformative moment in my life that opened my eyes to what cinema could be. And so it pains me to say that my initial watch of Inglorious Basterds let me down in terms of what I'd come to expect from him as a filmmaker. It's as if he substituted street crime for war crimes and drugs for pastries and milk. It was also my introduction to the alternate history format, which I didn't find overly interesting at the time. I watched on and recognized the beginnings of a great film through cinematography, signature flashbacks, and a unique brand of violence. However, I struggled to put it together into something more than a good war movie with a historical twist. So nostalgic for him is a 7.2. So I think we're all kind of sort of feeling the same way on this. That is a 7.89 as a group. Still pretty impressively high for a nostalgic rating. 7.89 is going to take us to All Alone in the 57th spot. We do think nostalgically that Rockstar is a better movie, but we do think this is better than Rad nostalgically.
Whoa.
Yes. Yeah,
Whoa.
I think somebody had a really low rating of Rad.
Yeah, seems like it could be that
should
way.
be number one nostalgically.
Maybe that person hadn't seen it.
And then they lied and said it was a 2.
They lied and said it was like low.
Is that what happened? I don't know what time it is.
I don't know, you tell us, liar.
As we move into our next category, I will look it up. Sean, you are next. You're going to take us into the modern day so we can learn some important details of the movie. What do you got, bro?
Produced by Lawrence Bender. This is a Band Apart picture. Cinematography by Robert Richardson. He also did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Casino, The Doors, Kill Bill 1 and 2, and Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's Air. Edited by Sally Menke, R.I.P., Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill, Death Proof, and then that would be the last movie she would edit, is this one. Special makeup effects by KNB, written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Cast: Brad Pitt, Melanie Laurent, Christoph Waltz, Diane Kruger, Daniel Bruhl, Till Schweiger, Eli Roth, BJ Novak, Omar Doom, August Deal, Denis Menochet, Sylvester Groth, Martin Wuttke, Julie Dreyfus, Leah Sedieu, Paul Rust, Sam Levine, Michael Fassbender, and Mike Myers. Tarantino had the idea and outline for Inglorious Basterds for 10 years leading up to the point where he finally made it. While writing it, the filmmaker thought he was becoming too close to the material and didn't want to rush it, thinking that this was perhaps his masterpiece. Quentin likened Bastards as his bunch of guys on a mission film, like a lot of war films he liked, like Dirty Dozen and Guns of Navarone. Quentin would eventually shelve the project and focus on another small film, that being Kill Bill, which is a little tiny one over there. He would eventually shelve and cut it down even more, using his script for Pulp Fiction as a template for length and structure, which is kind of cool.
Interesting.
His own screenplay.
That almost makes sense. Other than the back and forth in time, like it feels like they're those 20-minute segments.
Chapters.
Yeah. They're like 20-minute short stories into one big movie.
Yet another hang-up for Tarantino would occur when director Takashi Miike would cast him in his Western film Sukiyaki Western Django. Then Robert Rodriguez would ask him to collaborate on what would become Grindhouse.
Okay.
So 2 films in between. I mean,
and
one
like,
he directed. Yeah, my buddies, my acolytes, yeah.
Which, by the way, in German, yes is spelled J-A, but you say ja.
Ja.
Yeah, so
that is fun.
Yeah, ja.
That is actually a jovial term for German language.
Yeah.
Finally, Quentin Tarantino would focus solely on Bastards, borrowing the name of the film from Enzo Castellari's film of the same name, only spelled slightly different. Leonardo DiCaprio was first in mind for Hans Landa, but Tarantino thought it better for a native German speaker to play the role instead.
Good call.
As Tarantino was writing, he thought of Brad Pitt for the role of Aldo Rain, as they had flirted with working together for quite a while. Adam Sandler was originally the choice for the Bear Jew, but Sandler was committed to the film Funny People instead.
Can you imagine him just like brandishing a bat and coming out of that like little cave and be like, woo-hoo!
Listen, it's not that far off from what Eli Roth gives us. So,
You're right.
I mean, I could kind of imagine it.
Mike Myers is in this film. We have to. I mean, like that's the two worlds.
Here's a question, Von Hammersmark. Whose brilliant idea was it to hang out in a basement for the rendezvous?
We're going Project Kino, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, baby.
So Eli Roth was cast instead. Actually, there's a fun story of him getting cast. He had dinner with Tarantino, and he sat down with him. He's like, he kind of knew Eli kind of knew he had the part. That's probably why he was like, "This is what this dinner is for," and so. Tarantino started like breaking down the movie and like breaking down his character, like his backstory and everything, just for Eli. And Eli was like kind of interrupted him. He's like, "Hey, so do I have the part?" He's like, "Hey, yeah." So anyway, and just started like going on with the story again. It's just like kind of so Tarantino. So Simon Pegg was up for the role of Archie Hickox,
like
but
that.
Michael Fassbender was cast instead. I would love to see that.
Yeah, Fassbender kills it, but like
Yeah, absolutely.
Simon Pegg would have killed it
Oh,
too.
yeah. It would have been a very different type
Yes.
of character, but it would have been
Definitely.
very interesting.
Natasha Kinski was the original choice for Bridget von Hammerschmack, but the role went to Diane Kruger. Mike Myers' parents were in the British Armed Forces and was a fan of Tarantino, so he lobbied for the role. Quentin was hesitant about casting Melanie Laurent, thinking she was too famous in her home country and wanted to discover somebody, but she urged that she was not that famous and got the role. I do like how he wanted to like just kind of discover somebody though, like in
He kind of did in a lot of like
It really-
Fassbender was not really a guy back then.
I've never seen Melanie Laurent in anything else.
No.
I know it was her home country she's talking about, but
yeah, and I don't watch French films at all.
Absolutely
so
not,
Why would
no.
I ever do that?
no, Jean-Luc who? The film began shooting the week of October 13th, 2008 in parts of France and Germany and at Babelsberg Studios in Potsdam, Germany. Quentin asked Ennio Morricone to write the original score for the film, as Ennio is his favorite composer, obviously, but he was busy with another project. The collaboration wouldn't happen until The Hateful Eight, in which Morricone would win the Oscar for Best Original Score. Inglorious Basterds was released on August 21st, 2009, in the U.S., and on a budget of $70 million, the film made $321.5 million at the box office. It was nominated for 8 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, Best Cinematography, Best Editing, Best Sound Mixing, Sound Editing, and would win only one of those, with deservedly Best Supporting Actor for Christoph Waltz.
I heard they almost were not going to give out Best Supporting Actor for like the next decade because they're like, it's
Well, he got the next year with Django.
Jesus Christ, man. Also, for the record, Sean gave Rad a nostalgic 5, and then we were able to get him up to a 6 modern day. So, just throwing it out there.
Oh, yeah, because he had the whole book and stuff, right?
Up next, we got to go to AJ. He does the research for us, gets us the ratings and reviews of critics and fans alike. What do you got on this one, Brad?
All right, guys, just pretend I've got a card on my head here, okay? I just pretend I got like a card up here and I'm trying to do the guess game, right?
No, easy. Yeah, I got it.
So just pretend though. Okay. So am I a website?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I do reviews of movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you say that I am that I go around the world?
Yeah. Worldwide, yeah.
When I'm displayed, am I displayed in chains?
No.
No.
Nye.
9.
Would you say that there are critics and fans alike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I must. So am I IMDb?
Nye.
No.
Then I must be the tomato meter.
That guy.
Tip of the cap, the old chop to you.
Dude, Dude, I fucking love that guy
That guy's
so
so
much. He's so good, dude.
God.
Yeah. Well, anyways, it's what is it? It's
an 89.
It's an 89% certified fresh.
The critics believe that of all the movies we've done, they think 61 movies are better than this. It is tied with Breakfast Club and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go.
Pretty good company there.
Yeah, I would
you
say
know,
so.
I feel like if you mix the Breakfast Club and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you get Inglorious
You
Basterds.
get the Holocaust.
Dialogue.
Oh yeah, you basically
Dialogue,
get
action.
yeah.
Holocaust.
You bet. So popcorn meter, right in line and at 88%. Somehow received a little bit, slightly less than the critics. But over on IMDb, it's an 8.4.
Tied in the 17th spot of any movie we've done with Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh.
Interesting enough.
Don't even.
World
Let's.
War II, right? Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, there's Nazis in that one too, bud.
Yeah.
In which one?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
There are Nazis.
Yeah.
Yes, good, very
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. So real views, James Berardinelli, got it right this time. Inglorious Basterds, Quentin Tarantino has made his best movie since Pulp Fiction. He's also made what could arguably be considered the most audacious World War II movie of all time. That was 100 out of 100.
Dang.
Loquacious.
Loquacious.
It's fun to bring out
audacious.
every once in a while, you know.
Let's see. David Denby at the New Yorker said Inglorious Basterds is not boring, but it's ridiculous and appallingly insensitive. That was a 50 out of 100.
Insensitive to who?
Get the fucking whatever out of your ass.
Yeah, well, you know.
Get your strudel out of your ass.
Your
Yeah.
strudel and your plastic Oscar.
Yeah. Film threat. 70 out of 100. The biggest, weirdest, ugliest cartoon in Inglorious Basterds is Aldo Rain, the Nazi-killing American lieutenant, played by Brad Pitt. The rest is just what it is.
Okay.
Whatever. Guys, let's see. We got 1 out of 10 here. This is definitely my favorite from IMDb. I wanted to just see who could come up with a 1 out of 10 to think this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Would have given it a 0. But
I'm
they
gonna
couldn't.
say you
Yeah,
got
of
it.
course.
Yep.
I mean, we have to break it down right now, just real quick. That
Yes.
like there, I don't know if I don't remember, but I'm sure you read a 1-star review of Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
There's
ahead.
not a movie out there that does not have a 1-star review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, actually, there was one. I'll think of it later. There was one that literally they gave it a 1-star review. They didn't write anything about it though. Real pieces of
God
shit.
damn.
So, anyways, guys, this is a 1 out of 10. This is Sequins said,
Fun.
I would like to see Tarantino do something different. Big yawn.
Snore.
Snore. Let's see. Boring tripe. He's not Martin Scorsese's big toe. Okay. Martin is so diverse, and Tarantino just pumps out more violent rubbish. Kill Bill 2 is one of the worst films I've seen. And Brad Pitt's head is so stupid in this film.
How is that Quentin's fault?
I know.
Your head is stupid.
Your head's dumb.
Stupid, dumb head.
Yeah. Got him. That face he pulls is so laughable. He's as scary as a pussycat. It's so stupid. The only good performance was by that fantastic German actor, Till Schweiger.
Oh.
Gotcha. Made you look.
Yeah, because Christoph Waltz is Austrian.
You're right.
Austria.
Austria. The shrimp on the bobby.
You know,
Let's not.
it's the whole thing.
Till Schweiger, who is also great in The Red Baron, which is one of the best air combat movies I've seen. Please shock us, Tarantino, and do a kids film or something. Just something different. If this film is unique, then so is McDonald's restaurants. To say this film is unique, well, that is just silly.
There's nothing else like a McDouble.
No,
No, it's
There
pretty
isn't.
unique, actually.
it's pretty unique, actually.
Yeah,
I can't go anywhere else and get that.
Dude, you ever get a McChicken when you're, like, really hungry?
Dude, like those snack wraps these days?
Are you choosing Burger King's fries or McDonald's?
Actually, correct me if I'm wrong, High C Orange can only be gotten at McDonald's.
Interesting.
I think so. And they explicitly pour their Coke, Diet Coke, and soft drinks the proper way to make them taste the best.
And you know that the ice cream machine is going to be broken, and you still go thinking you could get ice cream.
You still go.
That makes it pretty unique.
You go. If the fact that you still do that and Hail Mary your ass through the McDonald's drive-thru looking for that ice cream is a testament to how unique it really is.
I'll never go back. It's that unique.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yep.
We're good at this.
I'm glad we had this talk. Guys, we had I want to look at some offerings from Letterboxd. They're short, they're sweet, just like Mike. So
Whoa.
4.5 stars and a heart.
I have the shortest, I think.
You think?
Yeah, those Nike Air Maxes ain't doing you any favors. So,
I didn't mean to bring the salt from my driveway over and shove it in your wound just now, but
we just brought the salt over from our remaining McDonald's conversation.
Is this our first podcast?
5 stars, Gorlami. That's about all it said. Christoph, this one just said 5 stars. It says, Christoph breathes. It's like me. Yes. King of breathing. King of sustaining life through oxygen intake. King of lung capacity. King of releasing carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. 5 stars.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
We should have been doing Letterboxd long ago.
Actually, you know what? Proposal, AJ. Fuck these critics and these douchebags. I think you go all Letterboxd.
All Letterboxd. You're on out.
These are way better.
5 stars, not to sound like a cheesy old white lady, but this shit is breathtaking, bro.
Yes.
It's like they're all Eric's bad movies.
And 5 stars. I wish I could get amnesia so I could watch this as my first time again. And now, as this is, I'll do this, and then we've got some really important people to hear from. Okay, I'm gonna get through this as fast as I can. Inglorious Basterds, 5 stars. This is in 2012. Said, oh yes, this is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Let's just review some of the things I love about it. There's a lot. 1, the fact that this may seem like a remake from the title, but has pretty much no relevance whatsoever to the original. 2, Christoph Waltz. His line delivery is the best in the world. Looks like he's perfecting it in Django Unchained. 3, the spaghetti western undertones. Possibly the first World War II Western ever, and hopefully the last. 4, the size of Brad Pitt's Bowie knife. 5, Michael Fassbender's terrible mistake in the bar. 6, Mike Myers' cameo. 7, Enzo G. Castellario's cameo. 8, name of Chapter 5, Revenge of the Giant Face. 9, Tarantino's cameo as the first scalped Nazi.
Hey, come on.
I don't want to give everything away. Let's see.
Just kidding.
Eli Roth's entrance. David Bowie's music. That's a bingo. Scar and Brad Pitt's neck. Let's skip on down. Shoshana's inner badass. Let's see. We've also got 20, the final head carving, the final shot, the final line, the fact that Hitler gets machine gunned. That's 23. 24, and shot in the face. 25, repeatedly. 26, by Eli Roth. 27, in a cinema. 28, in Paris. 29, in 1944.
Nice.
It doesn't make sense. It's absolutely mental. It's punishingly long. It's Inglorious Basterds. There we go, guys.
5 stars to your review.
Indeed, amungo. Guys, we got some really important folks in the Little Lebowski Urban Achievers in our exclusive Discord channel. How about LU638 Welder? Thank you for jumping in. Christoph Waltz was an absolute legend in this movie. He speaks 4 different languages in the film, and he does it with a charisma and a liquidity that QT's characters demand. It's totally believable to find out later that this movie wasn't even going to happen until Quentin Tarantino discovered Waltz. Leonardo could never have handled this role.
Absolutely not.
I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like there are 3 things every QT cutie. I'm going to say cutie every time he
kinda
says this
fun.
now. There are three things
He's
every
not, though.
cutie movie has grandiose. It has grandiose and anecdotal dialogue, a naked female foot, and excessive gore. That brings us to the first true intro to the Bastards in the Woods. Pitt's over-the-top accent, the quick backstory of Hugo Stieglitz, the slow build to the Bear Jew, and the beating Donnie delivers to the German are perfect scenes. The bar scene was another pinnacle of cutie movie scenes that are captivating, tense, thrilling, and hilarious. This is the first time I can remember seeing Michael Fassbender. He was very impressive. The tone of that scene is an absolute roller coaster. When it comes to a Tarantino movie, this one holds a high standard. You definitely understand his love of old cinema and his homage to that culture. Making a movie that is 70% subtitles and still holding viewers' attention is a skill. The last thing I'll mention is that the inappropriate language, anti-Semitism, and war gore are an appetizer compared to Django and The Hateful Eight. This movie walked so those movies could run. Nostalgia and modern score, 8.8. Derek For Real, short and sweet here, said, I like to think Aldo Rain is the Appalachian cousin of War Daddy from Fury. I'd like to think of another reference I hope we get to. And then, guys, we got Jason B. coming through, finishing this one up for us. Opening weekend at the theater by myself, popcorn in one hand, 2,000-calorie drink in the other, all by myself. This is my ideal way of experiencing Tarantino. What a film. I can still remember telling my mates the following day about taking a deep breath when the opening scene ended, and then wondering how long I had not breathed for. The whole time Tarantino keeps building the pressure, then easing it off in a way very few can. Using the Bastards throughout to add humor struck the perfect balance of tension and comedy. All the actors brought their A game, but Christoph Waltz really did something special every time he was in front of the camera. Watching the leaders of the Third Reich get massacred at the end was so satisfying, and now you understand why Tarantino started the film like a fairy tale. It may not be real, but it's the ending the world deserved. This is a film I watched about once a year. It's endlessly quotable, terrifying, and hilarious all at once. I really hope Tarantino doesn't stop making films like he says he will. That would be a true tragedy. Nostalgic, 9.9. Where can you go from there, guys?
Totally agree.
Modern day 10.
Well, you know, before we get started on the scene-by-scene breakdown of Inglorious Basterds, it should be noted that I completely understand why people call us loquacious. We do talk a lot. We're good at it. That's why you tune in. If we weren't so loquacious, then you wouldn't know certain things. It's our duty to chit-chat nonstop so you can know that fighting in a basement offers up a lot of difficulties. We're also happy to teach you the facts that facts can be misleading, where rumors, true or false, are often revealing. Because we are so loquacious, you know that we like our Cedar Ridge whiskey straight, no junk in it. And because we are talking so much, you won't be able to hear the sound of my Walther pointed right at your testicles. Get ready, boys. Here we go.
I've had mine pointed at yours this whole time.
This whole time.
Yeah, so...
Clap. So, scene 1, in 1941, SS Colonel Hans Landa interrogates French farmer Perrier Lapidite. Landa's pressures Lapidite into admitting he's hiding the Dreyfus family beneath the floorboards. Nazi soldiers fire into the floor and kill everyone except teenage Shoshana, who escapes across the fields as Landa watches.
What can you fucking say?
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to open it up with a statement.
Okay.
Because I don't know how you break into this other than creating a statement. The opening scene of Inglorious Basterds consists of 133 different shots spanning 19 minutes and 12 seconds, and it is the absolute definition of the phrase pure cinema. I don't think there's anything like this in the entire world. The acting, the tension, the roller coaster ride that you get from watching this is unlike any other I've ever seen in my entire life.
Beautiful. I totally agree. I think the term pure cinema comes from Hitchcock, and it makes perfect fucking sense that this is the purity and everything Hitchcock ever did. It's literally what he did. It's the show of the audience what's under the table, and that being a bomb. the Dreyfus family under the floorboards is the bomb. Tension right off the. I mean, there's tension already before we even see them under the floorboards because it's just a Nazi interrogating someone, and obviously it's not good ever. I don't know, man. Like even the I love Tarantino's credit sequences. Like even this song
Didn't
coming
mind it.
in.
Didn't mind
The song coming in is beautiful. It's like he borrows a lot from Ennio. Yeah, go ahead, AJ.
Well, it was just.
We're gonna start a timer like 10 seconds. Just move on.
It's one of those things that everything Tarantino like loves and like cherishes, I think, in making film, he's able to like slam a decent amount into this opening 20-minute scene. It's like 25 minutes, something like that.
It's 19 minutes, 12 seconds.
There we go. And thank you. 20 minutes. Yeah, you're just like you put so much into this, and it starts the moment that she's hanging up that sheet, and then she kind of overhears something. The moment she pulls that sheet back, the music starts. You know, and it's not any music. It's Beethoven's, like 13th or whatever.
The best German had to offer.
Yeah,
Done by Ennio though.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And he utilizes even like Western themes ahead of this. Like you were saying, spaghetti Western style, very much so. And by the way, the only thing I have to ask about this scene that really leaves me in question, guys, is what the hell is he doing to this stump?
Is that what you do to get the stump out? Is like hollow it out
I think
first?
so. Yeah.
Is that what he's doing?
A derecho came through. It's well known.
Okay.
In 1941, a lot of the trees fell down. They had to get rid of the stumps.
I think you're referring to Blitzkrieg.
Yeah,
Mike.
That's what we call derecho.
Yes.
Third Reich.
Yes.
Yes.
The third Reich show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Derachio.
We're back.
Yeah. How
Logan's
about it?
back. We're
Logan.
good.
Logan gave me the big bird. So yeah. No, I feel like that was a good joke. I'm going to pass on to you.
I loved it.
No, it's my turn now. No, we're going clockwise.
I mean, this is like this is him doing his westerns before he did his westerns, and this is literally the opening scene to Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, where Angel Eyes comes in and is interrogating, I think, a farmer.
Yeah.
And eventually violence happens. You know, he's been wanting to do this, you can tell, for a long, long time. Even there's parts of Kill Bill Volume 2 is a western.
Mhm.
For all intents and purposes. But I mean, like, I guess let's talk about the performances.
So can we mention, I'm sure you've seen this. There's a YouTube analysis video
Is it
of this.
lessons from the screenplay?
Well, this person was called a motion designer. That was the name of the channel. It's got millions of views.
I haven't seen it.
Analyzing this scene. And so many people have done it, but I know nothing about angles, and I know nothing about scenes, and I just watch a movie. But after watching this person's video and then going back, it just shows you the pure genius of Cutie, of just what he's doing to you without even fucking knowing he's doing it to you. And the way, like, some of the points he brings up is that there's this tension you're being felt from the way the camera is showing you. Like, the daughters are in the foreground when he first comes into the room, and Londa goes in between La Petite to basically be closest to his daughters. And this is a dangerous man. And then out the back window, straight across, you see his other soldiers out there with weapons. And you have the way that Christoph Waltz grabs the daughter's hand, and like the way he studies them, how the camera shifts around the table when it normally would never do it, and it goes past the line of axis or whatever they say.
Well, that is, I wrote, I didn't watch the video,
Yeah.
but like I wrote down, I was just like, okay, so this is La Petite's home right here. So we're kind of like a little at ease with this angle, with Londa on the left and La Petite right in our middle, pretty much. And so when it does shift, we get an over the shoulder of La Petite and Londa on the right. So we're unsure of like what La Petite's thinking, but that also signifies that he's lying. But it also signifies that I think that's the moment Londa knows.
And this is the moment it technically changes, because right after that shift, we now see them in the basement.
Yeah.
And Londa has now completely shifted from his niceties. He's grabbing his fucking big dick pipe out, and this is like when the whole thing goes south. the minute that camera goes around that line. It's like, you don't know that if you're just at Joe Blow like me, but like it's happening and it's telling your subconscious something.
Yeah, we've been locked off and on a tripod every single shot up until now, I think, and then we're on a track.
Yeah, it's just kind of an expert showing of like the dynamic shift, right? And how it's the dynamic shift is normally like, well, somebody's strong arming the other and the other one's kind of taken back, but this is Hans Landa's show, and it's him giving a little bit of power back. Well, this is your home. Please make yourself comfortable. Do what you need to do. You're a dairy farmer. Like, I would love some of your delicious milk.
Even the way he chugs it,
he does, and
It's a power move.
It is.
And then the moment that he decides that he's like, you know what, obviously, you haven't exhausted your French because you're explaining. It's like, that's like, there's like a joke out there. It just says, it's like, oh, no, it's like, well, actually, that's all the English I really know. That and this sentence explaining it. Wait, are you serious? Okay.
I have the mental context to understand what I'm saying to you.
Right. So
you're going to be fine.
It's like, well, I've exhausted my French.
I only knew 50 words.
An embarrassment if I just kept going like this. And again, it's just all this power shift that he is in constant control.
So I would argue, Sean, that Landa knows already. And I think you can argue many different ways that maybe because at times he's like looking at them and seeing their reactions and then going back to his niceties. But I think he knows all along, because he says the rumors in the village are true. Your super sexy hot daughters.
Yeah.
But that also means the rumors in the village of him harboring Jews.
Sure.
The village is going to say that too.
Point. Yeah,
and he loves rumors.
I love rumors.
I love rumors.
Like, I think 2 different times he holds on to one of the daughter's hands really long to kiss it, and then he grabs the other daughter's hand and holds her by the wrist for a second. I think he's checking like pulse rates and shit like that. He is such an insane, smart person that he's doing all these things to Sherlock how nervous everybody is and see their glances. And but
that reference, actually, that's a great reference, because he refers to himself as a great detective.
Yes, and he's got the Sherlock Holmes
that
stupid fucking pipe.
It's ridiculous.
It's specifically modeled after Sherlock Holmes's pipe.
It's funny too. I mean, like, there's still comedy. There's everything in this too.
The grandiosity of his pipe after he's just smoking that basic corn cob one.
Yeah.
It's you're
like,
right.
where did you pull that out of, bro?
Yeah.
Every scene that Hans Landa is in, and I think Tarantino said this too, every scene that he's in, he's doing some sort of interrogation, even if it's just like talking with one of the soldiers. It's like, it's always that, but also a level of performance as Hans Landa. He's like, with the Sherlock Holmes pipe, he's literally like, that's a stage prop. It's so over the top and ridiculous. It's a stage prop. And like, even later, when he's talking to Shoshana in the restaurant, don't forget the creme.
Wait for the creme.
He brings out the cigarette and takes one drag as he lights it, but never takes another puff ever again, because it's just for show.
Yeah.
It's just a prop to use during the scene to distract whoever he's interrogating,
Well, we talked about like great like eaters, drinkers, like smokers on screen and everything, and just as he is bilingual, he is as good at all 3 of these across the board. Eating,
drinking,
that freaking strudel, and drinking, chugging that milk like you're saying, and then he's smoking. He's like, no, my men.
It's the way, like, when he,
it's like it dictates that my men come in, do a thorough search, and like
yeah, you're right.
Like he's doing this perfectly timed.
After he chugs the milk, he's like, the way he holds the cup like this, like, he's exquisite. It's just like everything. It looks like he's like holding the lightest thing. Everything he holds. You know?
He's so unbelievably charming that if he had walked up without a Nazi uniform on, you would feel nothing but like, oh, this guy's awesome. And the fact that he's got a fucking dressed to the nines Nazi uniform, like, it's not good, but he just has this ability throughout the movie to shift on and off of like letting he knows, and like, I'm just kidding, like Christoph Waltz. I cannot believe that they got. This was his first like major role that he was ever in, and Tarantino basically said he was going to abandon this entire thing because they could not find someone to play this role.
He wrote a character that couldn't be played by somebody. He felt like at this point, they've exhausted all their avenues, and finally this comes up.
I've just never seen anyone be able to do what he does. I don't get it. I don't know how someone can do what he does in this movie.
It's like even subtly too, like his facial reactions, because you kind of like him.
You do,
right? I mean, he's a Nazi, but he's
charming, bro.
Deplorable, but very charming, and like even just as like his micro facial expressions that he has, you're just like, man, he just puts me at ease. And then like even in this scene where he's just like, you're sheltering enemies of the state, no, you're not.
That changed, man.
And those are the first time that video points it out. This is the moment where they finally get close up shots of these actors. It's when he changes, and then. Not enough credit will ever be given to the man who plays La Petite in this, because you can't. I don't care who you are, you're never going to get as much credit as Christoph Waltz does. But this man, that's
Denis Menochet.
Yes,
I think.
This man plays the role of La Petite so perfectly, of this proud, hardworking, blue collar dairy farmer that's trying to do the right thing in the world. And not like let people get killed by fucking stupid ass Nazis, but yet protecting his daughters.
Yeah. What do you do? Like,
you do what he did right there.
Absolutely.
Like there's
his face breaking down there is where I was going.
And yeah, absolutely.
No, that's okay.
You're 100% right, because it's like he's playing the straight man against Christoph Waltz's, outlandish and comedian kind of.
Yeah.
What were we? That was in Best in Show.
Yeah,
we were talking about that. Yeah,
it's just so good, because he's playing this out very, very well, and that moment of his face breaking down is like it's like you break down with him almost, and. Because it's like he can just stare right through him. He's like, I know everything. Now I know everything. You know damn well, like, I know what I'm going to find here. I'm giving you an out. That's it.
What do you think happens to La Petite?
I was thinking about this today, rewatching it, and I honestly do think that Londa honors his nothing's going to happen to you.
He said, in fact, you'll be rewarded.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe it's not really nothing, but...
Maybe not dying, not having your daughters being sold into slavery or something.
That's what his reward is.
You're right. He says
like quite literally, and actually rewarded for this by your family will no longer be harassed by like
our occupation of your territory or whatever.
Right.
I mean, and like you put yourself in this scenario, it's you and your family versus your friends.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick your family, man. You already tried. Well, you tried. You did your best, but like,
and you got to think though too. It's not like I mean, you're talking about families like a family that's farms away. You know what I mean? And like them, that they're like your.
These are the old days. This was your circle of 30 people.
Yeah,
the only people
went
you
to
knew.
church or whatever. Yes. Whatever they did.
So like, but you also probably saw them maybe like once a month.
Sure,
you know what I mean. So it's like it's the perfect way to start a movie in World War II, because that's all it was just decisive, just horrible decisions being made constantly throughout this time.
Ugh.
What do you think, because Shoshana gets away?
Yep.
Why do you think he didn't shoot? And why do you think Tarantino thought it was okay to just kind of not let us know how she got away? Because they did have like a motorbike or like a Jeep or something.
Yeah, true.
What do you think about it?
Well, interestingly enough, this is where the dialogue.
I
know I'm excited to hear it, because this is more just a point. Tarantino's dialogue is always like for a reason.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a word that's out of place that isn't supposed to be there. So he says, "Au revoir, Shoshana," where I don't know these things, but you can say goodbye two different ways in French. You can say adieu or au revoir. And adieu basically is how you would say goodbye if you don't know the person and you're never going to see them again.
Yeah, it's a period.
It's like
That's it.
adieu.
Like what he says when he says adieu and they
Adieu.
shoot.
There you go. But he says au revoir, which basically means we will see goodbye for now. We will see each other again. It's almost like he wants her to get away.
That's what I'm thinking.
And
But why? I don't know.
So he can further be a great detective.
it's my that's my theory about it is that he likes the hunt.
He does.
He's a hunter. He's the hawk. The
He's the
cunning.
hawk.
Yeah, the cunning of a hawk. Like he is a hunter through and through. And if everything ends right here, this is basically the end for this like area almost. It's like it ends it for it's like he just wants to prolong it for just that much
You know when you played San Andreas and it was like you were like on that point where you were doing the turf wars.
This is a perfect analogy.
The turf wars against like the purple dudes and the green dudes, and you were Grove Street, and that was like a cool thing. But once you were like done clearing the areas, that was it for that. But that was a fun time. So like you wouldn't save your game, so you could keep going back to it.
Sean, God damn it! In GTA 5, I have it saved right before the last mission of the game, and I just keep going back to it because I'm like,
You've cut straight to the core of Mike. Sean.
perfect analogy.
got him.
Dude. You remember the time when we compared Inglorious Basterds to GTA San Andreas? Because I do, and it was the best moment of my life.
That checks out. So
That's why you listen.
Well, scene 2, 1944, Lieutenant Aldo Rain forms a commando team of soldiers known as the Bastards, tasked with spreading terror behind enemy lines. They ambush and scalp Nazi troops, quickly becoming infamous throughout occupied France. Hitler learns of their actions after a survivor describes an ambush where Rain carved a swastika into his forehead. The Bastards' growing legend sets the stage for a larger coordinated operation. Meanwhile, Shoshana runs a Paris cinema under an alias and attracts the attention of German war hero Friedrich Zoller.
I mean, here we go. We get what this movie was advertised as, really. You know?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you see any of the trailers, it's all like, in the new Tarantino film, it's all like all Brad Pitt and all violence and all shooting, when really this is Shoshana's movie. But you get the great character of Aldo Rain, and I don't know how he wasn't nominated for anything. I mean, because you can't compete with Christoph. That's probably why.
Yeah.
But this is one of his best roles, I think.
Okay,
it's one of his best characters.
Yes.
That's what I would say.
I can see how people could feel differently about this, because the first time I saw it, I was like, what? We just went through what we went through.
Yeah.
And then it's like very over-the-top cartoony. Like, what are we... Well, Brad Pitt, that's like kind of weird that he's like acting like this. And I could see why people... I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that hate Brad Pitt's character in this movie, but I am not one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's such a cool juxtaposition of this movie to have him be the, like, everyone's so sophisticated in this movie, but he's the American that's just like, arrivederci. You know, like it's almost kind of making fun of American culture in a way, but also we're still the badasses.
Yeah.
You know, like
I think it's a very good point, because I mean, it is a thing like that. We don't learn other languages. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't go out of our way to do it. Like once we get past
Why
it in
would
like
I?
school, it's just like, oh, thank God I don't have to do that anymore. You know what I mean? And it's like a joke.
Yep.
But like over in Europe, like it's very common to speak two languages,
Yeah.
you know, to be bilingual. And I think it's freaking great. But because it's so far the way that it is of just, I'm Lieutenant Aldo Rain.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, and I'm putting a team together. 8 soldiers, 8 Jewish soldiers dropped behind enemy lines. You're just like,
and he says words wrong too. He says like, that's a debit or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
supposed to be a debt.
now all you would-be warriors out there, you owe me a debit.
It's like, what?
That's why any son of a bitch wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
They're gonna die.
I love that line.
And the Nazi will fear us. And the Nazi will fear like
But tell me you're literally not inspired to sign up for this. Like,
I mean, this is amazing. Yeah,
I'm signing up for this crew.
Before D-Day.
Yeah.
It seems right.
It's pre D-Day, as they say, the
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
armada, as he calls it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I love how he says, I love the camera position, or like how the camera tracks him, and how he steps into a close up when he says, "And I want my scalps."
Not one my.
It's
each
actually
one of you, each one of the men underneath me will owe me 100 Nazi scalps, and I want my scalps.
It's so good.
It's like
fucking good.
it's like something that Tarantino he's like the only one that can get away with this shit.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Because
It's just he's a perfect magician when it comes to juxtaposition of this like this horrible but yet entertaining, tense scene that we just preceded this, into this. You're right, a comic book western.
And you know what's funny, or what's actually very interesting, is that he is very, very clearly making it that they are in this western. They're not the cowboys. They are the Indians. They are.
That's so cool. That's a good point.
That's the cool part of this. He's like, we are going to scalp them. I want them. He's like, the direct descendant of the mountain man Jim Bridger. It means I got a little Indian in me. He's like Cherokee or something. Apache is what he says. And he says like, it's like, no, we're going in. We are going to be behind enemy lines. We are going to upset everything that we come across.
It's a really good point. It's like, it is like we're gonna treat them like they're trespassing on our shit,
right?
And scalp the fuck out of them and send a message. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, because they're going into France, not Germany.
Yeah.
They're going into the place that they invaded.
Yeah, that
and
they occupied.
Yeah, that Germany is occupying, and they're going to go and sort them out. Yeah.
So I love Brad Pitt. I love Hugo Stiglitz. I'm sure we're gonna Stiglitz. We're gonna talk about him a lot later in his big scenes. But like, it always still did sort of bother me, and I think maybe it still does. Hoping maybe you can talk me out of it. Is Eli Roth as the Bear Jew? It's maybe the one casting in this movie where I'm just like, nah.
Here's my attempt.
Okay.
Do you think Quentin Tarantino would have let Eli Roth get away with anything he didn't want?
No. But I also know, weren't they like really good friends?
Oh
And,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
so like
he produced Hostel.
Yeah.
He
didn't Eli Roth produce the movie, the SS movie in this?
Yeah,
He like shot and produced it. He
Nation's
directed
Pride.
it. Yes,
He directed
Nation's
it.
Pride. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you in some parts. One point I was gonna make is that like even Mike Myers in this movie too. I think anybody could be cast in a Tarantino movie if he wants them. If he thinks they're right for their part, he will direct the fuck out of them.
Okay.
And be like, the script is Bible, and whatever I say goes. And so if I want you for the part, you're gonna play it exactly how I want you to play it, with a little play, with a little leeway here and there. And so I really think that he kind of makes the performances when it comes to actors, but I agree with you. There is some. I'm wheezing horribly.
Jesus.
I heard that.
Did you hear in the brunch episode, like you could hear my kids yelling in the background?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear it while we were recording,
Oh, really?
but now we know. Maybe not let the kids downstairs.
There's some, like when he cuts to Eli Roth when Aldo Rain's doing the whole thing to the troops or whatever. He has that little smirk.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not it. But when he's the Bear Jew, freaking out and being
Teddy
a maniac,
fucking baseball.
that's when he shines.
Teddy fucking Williams, you went yard on that one.
And it also adds to the like fucking dumb Americans. Like it kind of adds to that a little bit, so I could see that.
But there's nothing else like us too. Like
Yes.
it is like that. And even like kind of this lineup. Let's talk quickly about like BJ Novak is here.
Dude.
Paul Rust
Yeah.
is
Paul
here.
Rust.
Like
BJ Novak, who knew that he was somebody on Letterboxd was like, I didn't know
Jackass guy?
Ryan from Office
Yeah.
was a time traveling Nazi killer, but hey, I'm all for it.
Dope, dude.
It's like, yeah, sounds good to me too. And apparently for BJ Novak, I didn't even know it, but he was gone. The way that they played that off in The Office. He was in Thailand, visiting Thailand with some friends from high school. Well, he went with some high schoolers, like with a high school trip.
It's a great way.
He found his way onto a high school trip so he could to go to Thailand. But that's the story they wrote for BJ Novak, so he could go and shoot Inglorious Basterds. It's great. I love it.
I do love the German guy. Like I really do appreciate some of these German performances. Though. Like the first major or colonel that refuses to give up the information. Like there is really cool storytelling in the sense of he's like, I know what you're gonna do to me, and I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, it's beautiful in a way too, because he really Tarantino. This is like the juxtaposition again. Is just like these over the top characters, but you really kind of learn to respect this guy with the 8 to 10 minutes that we get with him. You know.
Yep.
And you're just like, honor, or like, where'd you get that? You know, killing Jews is like bravery.
Yeah.
Like, wow. He's just going to take one on the head for literally everything.
Oh, God, when that baseball bat hits his face.
And it's because it's that music, that Ennio Morricone piece that's going on right here, too. It's just kind of like somber and epic and sad at some points. And then as soon as he gets hit by the baseball bat, there's no music, and it's just cheering and just his violent head bouncing off the ground with the bat. It's so good.
And then the second guy gets up, he gets shot. Damn it! But then
I'd be shitting my pants if I was you guys right now.
The third guy's so great because he's so quick to give it up. They're like, "You want to live?" He's like, "Yeah." Like pointing out right there. That'd be me too. I'd just be like, well, "What the fuck ever," you know. But it's a great juxtaposition of like the honor old guard versus the young soldier who's like, "Fuck this."
The Hugo Stiglitz thing, and like we get some Sam Jackson narration.
Oh God.
What do you guys think about that?
Completely forgot Sam Jackson narrated it.
It's just
Harvey Keitel later on. You're like, this is awesome.
It's so good. Just the regular players, but I love the this is the badass character. You know, Hugo Stiglitz.
He is,
and he gets his own section. Yeah,
with the stupid like text on there, but you're like, this works.
It really does. And
the reason for Hugo Stiglitz's fame throughout Nazi Germany. Is that Sam Jackson?
Yeah.
It is, huh? Because in this one, it doesn't sound near as much like him.
It's a little different.
But in the next one, it does sound a lot more like him.
It's definitely him. He is. I'm going to save a little bit of it for later, but Hugo is my favorite character in this movie.
Nice.
Among so many characters, but there's a few things I really dig about him later on in his big scene.
Your status as a Nazi killer is amateur.
Amateur.
We came to see if you wanted to go pro.
Like,
I do.
Yes, I do.
I did want to take it back. I've been trying to actually like find the actual quote, but it goes back to kind of what you were saying previously, Sean, about like, you know, all these actors, and Til Schweiger is certainly one of them. Like, man, we've talked about him a bunch in other movies.
Yep.
Apparently, he's also a pretty prolific director over in Germany.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he's directed a lot of stuff. And so, but his role is great. Like, apparently, like, there was Michael Fassbender when he like showed up, he wanted to be in the role, but then he was like, well, what about this Hans Landa role? Yeah. And he's like, look, man, you just got Quentin Tarantino who just says, like, look, man, any guy who's gonna like show up and just gonna be fucking Heathcliff cast in one of my movies doesn't have what I fucking need to be my Hans Landa, okay? That's what he fucking told him. He was just basically just said, that's what it's going to be. No, you're not. You're this guy. You are not fucking Hans Landa.
So Archie Hickox. Okay.
You're going to be Archie Hickox, okay? And then you get, like I say, you get this performance of Til Schweiger, and he was not going to do this movie. He was like, no, I don't do World War II movies. I don't do Nazi stuff. He is a German born. I believe he is like born like Frankfurt. And
yeah, he was
so very much against the idea until Tarantino said, basically every scene you're in, you're killing a Nazi. He's
brutally killing a
brutally killing Nazis.
Is what he said.
And he says, all right, sign me up.
Sounds kind of cool.
That makes me love Til Schweiger so much.
Oh,
awesome. Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I was like, okay, this makes it that much better, and it makes his character even better, you know?
Absolutely. And I love how he doesn't really have any lines. He doesn't need any lines.
The way he looks, the stoicism on him is just like, ugh, he's rough.
The what was I gonna say? Oh, one more thing when he says to the guy who's refusing to respectfully refuse, and then he finally says, "Fuck you and you Jew dogs." And he says, actually, we're all tickled to hear you say that. Watching on to beat Nazis is as close as we ever get to going to the cinema. Donnie, yeah. God, German out here wants to die for a country. Oblige him.
Oblige
It's
him.
just, I think, one of the most quotable parts in any Tarantino movie.
I agree, man. Like, because especially the way when he's like talking to him, he's like, so you want to take that Wiener Schnitzel looking finger of yours, point out, you ever want to eat a sauerkraut sandwich again?
Unbelievable.
You got to point out on this map. You got to tell me where they are, how many, and what artillery they're packing with them. And you're just like, the way that he's talking. And like, there is a moment where like, there is like this very, very like respectful thing amongst military personnel, you know? And he says like, I respectfully decline. And he's like, look, I'm going to give you one last chance. And you're going to take that finger of yours, you're going to put it down there, otherwise you're going to be dead.
I'm calling the
bear Jew over. He's like, have you heard of Aldo the Apache? You've heard of the bear Jew. It's like, I've heard of the bear Jew. What'd you hear?
Michael Keaton could have played that role.
Oh yeah, dude.
That would have been awesome.
It's like, wait, Aldo the Apache?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Michael
yeah,
Keaton.
like a bad lieutenant.
Yep.
Harvey Keitel. Yeah. Hell
Yeah.
Or like a Mean Streets.
Yeah.
I have a tiny fan theory, real quick.
'Kay.
That Hirschberg shoots the guy running away. Like, damn it, Hirschberg.
Damn it, Hirschberg.
That's a descendant of
No.
Hirschberg in Days of Confused.
Yeah, no, so it would have been like his dad, maybe, or his grandpa, or something like that.
Yes.
His grandpa.
Yep.
Oh my
That's
God.
Hirschberg's grandpa.
Hirschberg's grandpa.
Yeah, which is what caused Hirschberg in Days of Confused. You know, he's a little troubled
Yeah.
because his dad never really got over his dad dying, and like, it just left him kind of on his own.
Yeah.
Let him eat whatever he wanted.
Let him eat whatever he wanted, but he's good with the ladies
Yeah,
Yeah.
here and there.
I was this close, man.
You know,
I was getting there.
Do if you got there.
Son, you wouldn't know what to do if you did. I had gotten there.
All right, so scene 3, Zoller persuades Goebbels to premiere a major Nazi propaganda film at her theater, an event Londa oversees. Shoshana secretly plans to burn the cinema down using nitrate film and kill the Nazi leadership in attendance, aided by her projectionist and lover, Marcel. At the same time, British intelligence recruits film expert Lieutenant Archie Hickox to work with actress spy Bridget von Hammersmark on Operation Kino, a plot to bomb the same premiere.
No, so real fast though, speaking of Hirschberg, did you guys know that he has a second cameo in this movie?
No.
Whilst Hitler is ranting about the bear Jew to his people and Private Boots
Yep.
is in there, you'll notice that the painter back there looks oddly familiar, and that's because it's the same actor that plays Hirschberg.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Just cuz? Like,
I thought it was a black guy.
Look at him, and you can totally tell. I had to look really hard, but he does this moment where he goes like,
He likes measuring him.
and you can totally tell
that's weird.
that it is him. And he even confirmed it. The actor even confirmed it. What's his name? I can't think of his name. From
Hirschberg.
Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, yeah.
Friggin',
I got him.
what's his name? What's his name?
I got him right here.
Friggin'
Sam Levine.
Sam Levine. Yeah,
Weird.
it is Sam Levine.
Seems like an oversight, or just maybe some weird dumb joke that Tarantino put in for no reason. And
He's there getting scalped too, as we
Yeah.
heard. And I wanted to mention too, Greg Nicotero, who's one of the heads of KNB. He's the N in KNB. He's the guy getting the fist down the throat.
Yep.
Oh.
That's him. Kind of fun.
Dang.
So what do you think about Frederick Zoller and Shoshana and this whole dynamic? I remember not necessarily liking this dynamic when I first watched the movie, but I found it a lot different this time around. Like, because Shoshana clearly is on a mission and doesn't give a shit, and I kind of feel for Frederick Zoller in a way. Like, he's just trying to be nice, and he's really getting the cold shoulder, but also he's definitely overstaying his welcome throughout this movie.
Oh,
and it was a parlance of the times, I know. But
Yeah. Well, you're right, Mike. Parlance of the times with Nazi occupation and
Yeah, I mean, and like male dominance.
Love in
Yeah.
the time of war, man.
yeah,
bro.
dude, come on.
But he does seem like a bit of a sweetheart in a way at this point of the movie.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that I think Tarantino does a good job of. It's kind of in the same vein of like a humanizing the goons idea. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing that we'll get to during Operation Kino when we're talking about Wilhelm, who's just became a father,
Yeah.
and everything. We'll get there. I won't talk about that one right now. But at this point, it's kind of. It's a flip, right? Where we should be on the side of Shoshana, obviously.
Yeah.
And we are.
Yeah.
But it makes it conflicting when you have this nice guy who just
nice
happens
guy.
to be wearing a Nazi uniform.
He's
I
in the
suppose.
movies. He likes movies a
A
lot.
good actor.
Hey, we have a common ground here, We got something in common, and back then that's pretty rare.
Listen, just go out with them. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
just
just
give
be
him a
nice to him.
chance.
Just being nice.
He's just
say
a
yes.
nice Nazi. I mean,
Jeez.
come on.
Not trying to do anything.
You're just gonna say no just because you
Ew.
didn't even tell him you have a boyfriend. Why
Marcel.
just tell him
Yeah,
that?
just tell him you got a boyfriend.
I gotta, but
But I
Wouldn't stop him.
I think it's a fun thing. It's a fun play on the idea of like kind of like humanizing this guy.
Yeah.
And but you have to also realize like what he's famous for is killing Allied soldiers, like hundreds of them.
Yes.
and she's
Like-
not interested in that.
It's like, why would that be endearing to her?
Yeah, yeah.
But
Again, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Again, it's just so complicated
It
with, with
is.
all of these
It
characters
is.
because like he makes you feel a certain way because this is a meet cute.
You're
What
right. You're
should
right.
be a meet cute, even like the circumstances, it would be an interesting, I guess, like romantic comedy war film. This if it was just this movie,
Yeah.
her and Frederick Zoller, but we have the complication of like we just saw what happened to her
right.
a little while ago, and obviously she's not going to go with him, and we find out she does have a boyfriend
Marcel.
with Marcel, and I don't know, it's just so it's just extremely complicated where it just gives you, it's just that much more to chew on with like every single segment, every single scene means something to Tarantino, and there's so much going on within that scene emotionally. There's so much going on with like the dynamics of each character, of a character knowing something and one not knowing something, of the audience knowing that thing that character knows but that character doesn't. This is what you're right. It's pure cinema. Like that's just what it is. Period.
Well, and then there's moments like she gets to this diner where he comes back along. There are moments where like she does seem kind of impressed that all these people know him
Yeah.
and that he's famous, and like he's not coming out and flaunting it and saying like, look, I'm a celebrity. He's trying to like, no, I'm just trying to, and even the like, no, she's not my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Respectable.
He's trying to get this move to her place because he thinks this would be really good for her. Like he's championing her theater to be like, I want to help you. So I don't know. There's a little bit in her eyes that's like maybe dating a high-ranking soldier in the German army is not a bad thing for a second.
I can see that, and I think that's just our acclimate to romantic comedies, like
Right.
going like this, like finding out something impressive about something, and maybe I should know this guy, like maybe I should give him a chance or something like that,
Yeah.
which is kind of fun and interesting. But like there's a level to his performance where it is kind of like a false modesty, where it's just
Yes.
like he does that a lot. He's like,
I got to go do the autograph thing.
you know how it is. It's just like, shut the fuck up.
He has these moments. Daniel Bruhl, I actually really like Daniel
He's
Bruhl.
great.
And I think that he plays this very well. Like there is a smugness to him.
Yeah.
Throughout this, he does both sides of it very well. Where it's like he's starting to kind of take the hint a little bit in that diner of like, okay, yeah, I get it. You're like not enemies, like, but I'm gonna try and shoot my shot or something, at this point. And he lays out the story. How do you tell that story without coming across as kind
True.
of cocky or something?
Yeah.
And
But
but
a million followers on social media.
Yeah, you know, so it's not a big deal. So, but
It's kind of crazy.
it's kind of crazy how it all happened. I don't know, like I'm friends with.
You know,
Yeah,
hard work, and dedication.
It was
Yeah.
68 the first day, 150 the second,
And then-
32 the third day.
And
Yeah.
then now it's $1 million.
Now it's $1 million.
I know the exact numbers.
It's like who's counting, right? I don't know.
You know how it is.
But you're right. And that's my whole thing about him. I think he plays this, and he does these like little stupid jokes, like you know, the kind of
He verges on a punchable face.
yeah, you're right.
He verges on it.
He's mine.
Is he?
What? You want to hit the button?
No, we'll get to it.
Okay.
All right. No, but I agree with you, and I think that he goes back and forth really well, and as you're saying before, we're so like the idea of the romantic comedy is so ingrained in us to follow what they're showing, and for us to be like, well, he's charming. It doesn't, hey. Oh, you're gonna judge a book by its cover? Huh? You're gonna
give him a
judge?
chance.
Hey, what are you gonna just judge that guy on what he's wearing? What? Because he doesn't have a haircut that you don't like? You're just gonna judge a guy because of what he's? Come on, give him a shot.
One single hand movement.
Oh, geez.
Upward in the air, and then everything's kaput.
He killed all these people. People can change.
Guy's a war
Guy's
hero.
a warrior. He was forced into it.
All right.
He didn't want to.
It's not like he wanted to do it. It was him or them.
It was him or them.
Okay? I'm just saying, you don't need to just go off. Give the guy a shot. Okay?
Literally. It is also like the fact that they're in France, and Tarantino's like such a fan of French cinema, I know,
Yeah.
with like Jean-Luc Godard and everything, and that's like the city of love, like
Yeah.
Paris, come on. Like it's so, we're in France, he's giving us like a cliche kind of meet cute, complicated relationship right off the bat. you know?
Right.
But
Yeah.
then, I mean, just when you think that, we've seen the best of Londa. We've seen the best that Christoph Waltz can give us in the opening scene. And this is where he comes back and he interacts with Shoshana again. And almost every time that I watch this scene almost is more terrifying and intense than the first. Like, do you think he knows it's her?
There's implications that he does throughout this whole thing.
There's implications that he does, but also it's just like you'll never know because he's such a psychopath that I could easily see that. God, that moment when there was one other thing I was going to say, and he just stared. I can't remember. Like
It's like that last ditch.
Unreal.
It's like his last ditch effort to get her to break.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like he did with Lapadite.
Right.
yeah. Like in a way, you could imagine that he was trying to. That he knows he's trying to get her to break, but also that maybe he didn't remember.
And it makes me wonder too if maybe it's like he knows that there is something about, maybe he just knows that this girl is a Jewish, she's in hiding.
Yeah.
Right?
maybe.
Has a made up story of some kind. Because her story is just so odd.
Yeah.
It's so far out there, right? For the times and all that
smart.
stuff.
He's
And
probably
smart
already
enough.
knows who.
But
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't know all the way to that's Shoshana.
But then he offers her fucking milk, dude.
the milk.
The milk. Like, I know.
There's-
And then somebody said about the cream,
the
right?
cream is
That
supposed
old
to be,
school cream would have actually had like pork in it, pork fat in it.
It's that, and the strudel would have been made with a pork lard,
Right.
and so that would have been against kosher
Yes.
standards, and she wouldn't have wanted to eat that.
Would you like to eat that strudel?
It's the best on-screen looking strudel that's ever been. Literally every
I've never
time he
once
cuts,
wanted strudel.
every
until
time he
now.
cuts to an extreme close-up of food or drink or anything, it's like it was like a commercial for a high-end restaurant.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
You guys remember those like ice cream dessert things that are like high class, like frozen.
Lunchables.
What's that?
Lunchables.
Yeah, Mike.
Did
thank
they
you.
make? Did they make a strudel version? You know, they
no.
did taco and pizza. Didn't they make like a strudel ice cream?
It's called
one?
Don't Forget the Creme.
Don't forget
The
the creme. Wait for the creme. No, it's like there is like this. It was like this really fancy like ice cream dessert that came out in like this like log thing, and you like cut slices of it and you served it to people. It was basically like that.
Yes.
For this strudel. But he does the same thing like with the strudel and the way that they drop the cream on top of the strudel. It's the same thing as when he's scraping the beer in Django. Just this immaculate, you've never wanted it more in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've never wanted that beer, an on-screen beer more in my life. I've never wanted an on-screen strudel dessert more in my
with
life.
Milk.
And then again, it comes back to Christoph Waltz being one of the greatest on-screen eaters up there with like Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Of him just like
that in that one last bit, like whatever it was on the
Yeah.
Why does he do that?
It's every detail. He's thought out. And going back a little bit, I do think that he does know.
Okay.
that it's Shoshana.
Yeah.
I mean, he's clearly one of the smartest people in the entire world. Like,
I do because of what Tarantino said is like everything that he's doing is performance. I think he's just literally reveling in the fact that he knows that he's already done the detective work, but he's going to keep it going because this landed into his lap.
Somebody also thinks that like that moment of him going, "There's one more thing," he was about to out her, but his smart ass fucking brain at that moment goes,
Already did.
"I know my out.
Yeah.
I know how I can get out of this."
Yeah.
And like that was when he figured out his master plan to be like, no. I want her to have this thing because I know I already know there's a plot to blow this place up. I'm going to let it happen, and that's how I'm going to get out of this whole thing.
It's entirely possible.
There is to
In
bring
that
it,
moment.
to bring it back to Sherlock Holmes. This guy knows that there is a game afoot, if you will, and he is here to play. And it's that great moment that he does. He lights the cigarette. He lights her cigarette. They share that moment of that. And there's can't for the life of me understand. And he puts it out in that strudel, and you almost recognize that somebody made the comparison that the strudel with the cigarette in the top, with the smoke coming out, is her house from
It looks like her
from
house.
the beginning, and you're just like,
Jesus.
fuck, it is, because it had a chimney with the smoke coming out. You're like, oh my god, just it's too good,
Pure
man.
psychopath.
It's
And
just-
her breakdown reaction is just like we all were holding our breath, feeling the same thing. When she's like,
and he could have added music at that point,
Yep.
like he did
Yeah.
when Landa's reveal
Yep.
happens in this scene, but he doesn't, and he just lets it be her emotion. That's really good.
Which I think is like it's her movie, really. I mean, this is like I think she's the heart of the movie, really, in my opinion, and I think she's actually underrated as I mean, like again, calling anybody underrated in this film is kind of unfair because you're up against Christoph Waltz
Yeah.
at all times, you know. But I think she's excellent in this movie, and yeah, I agree with you, Mike. What you said earlier was just like, yeah, these were the weakest scenes for me when in 2009 when I was a senior in high school. It was like I wanted to see Brad Pitt and the Bear Jew fuck shit up, you know. But then you get the movie theater shit. What the fuck?
what the fuck, man?
But I do love her plan too, where she's just like she saw them, and because you know Marcel couldn't run the projectors because he's black, God forbid.
Oh, right. Yep, that makes a huge difference. Even though he's literally the best, probably in all of town.
Yeah, maybe Paris or France.
In France.
Who knows? He's the only one left, really. But yeah, I picture her because they walk away. He's what the actress's name I forget that he gets pissed at. But Goebbels.
Oh, Lillian something.
Lillian, yeah, yes. But I picture her when they're gone and she's walking in kind of slow, kind of like thinking to herself as Marcel's like, "What the fuck are we gonna do?" I picture her like watching them watch the movie in the theater and being like, "Man, like all these Germans at this theater."
That's when her plan hatches.
Yeah.
If I've already got all of these ones here, it's like, and they're gonna.
Goebbels
bring
is the
more.
head of propaganda.
He's number 2.
That's big.
Yeah, like Hitler's whole thing was, yes, it was war, but like his whole thing was propaganda.
Of course.
Like that was the Nazi, like the heart of the Nazi like regime was propaganda, and Goebbels was in charge of this, and he was making movies. He made all of the like documentary stuff, all of the info things that play before movies to make sure that anything would just turn people against, their Jewish question, as they put it. And you're just like, if I can get Goebbels here on a weekday afternoon, but I'm going to have everybody here. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Of her just hatching this while this is happening.
It's lovely. And she does it really well. She's like, we're going to make our own film.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I couldn't believe that this was Mike Myers, to tell you the truth, guys.
It shocked me. First time I ever saw it, and it didn't know.
Didn't register with me, and it's almost he's great. It's Mike Myers. He's great, but it's almost impossible to take his character seriously or to not laugh when he's saying things, because the way he delivers it's like Austin Powers. It's like. It's almost unbelievable the way he's being portrayed here.
Mike Myers' parents both were in the British Army military, though, actually, and that's what kind of like drew him towards this. He really wanted to be in it, I guess. And you're right, like, but the first time I saw it, I didn't really recognize him, and I totally was bought into it. And then
once I knew it was him, I was kind of chuckling, going,
I'm like, I can't take you seriously.
He's shot from far away mostly.
Yeah.
There's really rarely ever a close-up of Mike Myers in Quentin Tarantino's Inglorious Basterds. Probably for the better, because we probably would be doing that more than we already are when we realize it is Mike Myers. But like, he does certain things where I think you guys are.
He kind of goes,
Yes, he does. Yeah, he does like. When he's like, go in the globe, be a good chap.
Be a good chap and pull it yourself.
It does like the smile. I'm like, God damn it.
That was a good lieutenant.
It's an interesting scene, though, because like he's kind of laughable, but also then Fassbender's very stereotypically that old school British that kind of makes me laugh, too. It's just this is one of the more interesting. There are a few scenes that I feel like we don't need in this movie. This might be one of them.
Probably the weakest. It is all exposition.
It's exposition. It's interesting. It's good. I'm liking that we're hearing this, but it's like, we don't really need it.
You're probably right, but man, I would, if I had seen it before and then they came out with a cut of the movie without it in there, I would miss it.
Yes.
I totally agree with you. It is like a weak scene in a Tarantino movie is better than most scenes in other movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I 100% agree.
And
with you.
we need to know how like prim and properly British this guy is.
It's
true.
That's
very true.
We really need this introduction of him.
We gotta know that he is this way to then prove, to make it super believable down the road that he's gonna fuck up.
You're so right. Yeah.
And him coming in as this kind of airborne guy with the mustache.
Yep.
The beret, like all
knows
that.
His
like,
film. He's a film critic.
He's a film critic. Well, what was your job before the war? He's like, I was a film critic. He's like, well, don't be bashful, young man. He's like, what are your credentials? And he just goes, I had 2 books published. And
I like the challenge that they make to him. Like, they've clearly been bringing people in.
Yeah.
And they haven't been passing the test. The one guy goes,
G.W. Pabst.
Isn't it Winston Churchill?
It is.
I think it is. Yeah.
They have it as Rod Taylor.
Rod Taylor,
Right.
yes.
Who came in and played him again, and I think Tarantino was like, "Hey, Rod, I want you to play this. I know you're retired, but I want you to play this." Like, there's a guy in France who does a great Winston Churchill, and he's like, "I'll tell you what, Rod Taylor. If Rod Taylor turns me down, then I'll go and get that guy." And he's like,
do you want it or not?
All right, I'll do the fucking.
Yeah, he came out of retirement for him.
Yeah.
As you do.
As you do for Tarantino.
100%.
And then you go back.
But no, I love this. I really do love this exchange. I love, there's a lot of stuff that was cut. I looked to see if maybe there was like a different director's cut, because apparently the original of this movie was like over 3 hours. And I want to see that version of it. I really do. But there's a lot of other stuff cut, and I would have been really sad had Mike Myers' portion of this been shot out.
Definitely. And Tarantino, I saw an interview with him and Brad Pitt, and Elvis Mitchell was interviewing them. It was a film critic, and he was saying about that scene, like casting Mike Myers, who was more of a comedic actor, obviously, in like a solely exposition scene is kind of us making fun of exposition scenes.
That's great.
But it's still it's still an exposition
Right.
scene. Whatever. Like I said, a weak Tarantino scene is better than most.
Yep. Scene 4, Hickok, Stiglitz, and von Hammersmark meet at a tavern but are discovered by an SS officer. A massive gunfight erupts, killing nearly everyone except von Hammersmark and one wounded German soldier whom she executes. Aldo Rain initially doubts her loyalty but recommits to the mission after learning Hitler will attend the premiere. I don't remember feeling this way about this scene, guys. The tension in this bar scene might be better than the opening scene.
Oh,
I
man,
think it is.
It's,
Like the overall opening scene, everything about it is never been, nothing will ever be better. But this, holy shit, am I on the edge of my seat every time I watch this part.
Yeah. I mean, and I do want to reiterate what one of the reviewers said. I think it was one of our Lebowskis, but they said, we're watching a movie, an American-made movie that is mostly subtitles, and I haven't blinked an eye.
yeah.
I've been riveted this entire time. Like I guess people, we've had our discussions about subtitles before, but like a foreign subtitle movie, is difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah, I get it.
Such a
I have not had a problem with this ever.
No, and like it's because it's just as this must be how people who actually read books feel all the time. Because I was just riveted the whole time
Whoa.
reading this. But no, like there is a point where you got to kind of give credit to the actors here, especially because of this dialogue.
Yeah.
Because what I ended up finding out was they had to do this dialogue. They had to do foreign dialogue, German dialogue, with the cadence of English.
Yeah.
And that's so different, right? Not only do you have Fassbender, who has to speak his native language, because he is German.
Yep.
He had to speak his native language with an inflection that came across as an Englishman.
And he actually did.
Fighting his way through it, or, an Englishman's accent doing German,
Yeah.
which he did. And then you have everybody else who's doing their, again, also native language as an English cadence. It doesn't sound the same when it's when it's in German. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same as like what they're doing. It's crazy deep how they got this shit done. I don't know.
It's really fascinating, and cutting from them arguing, like, you didn't say the fucking rendezvous was going to be in a goddamn basement. That kind of shit. He's like, Bridget von Hammersmark reassured me that she wanted to pick a place that there would be no Germans.
Yeah.
Cut.
They come down
Germans
the
are
steps.
playing a fucking drinking game.
Yeah.
And that's funny. And then August Deal as this major is, I think, probably the best performance. And to your point with the cadence, is just like, yeah, I'm talking about this, and this is my main point, but here's a parenthetical. It's like, that's kind of more American, like that kind of like, I'm going over here now to talk about this, like, for real quick, but then I'm going to get back to this. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that
Right.
cadence in them talking, and I never really noticed that until you pointed it out. And I think that's what makes it the most riveting to me. But the camera work too, where it's just like you don't even know this room is back here.
Nope.
Right.
And you get the and might I inquire, the camera kind of comes back a little bit and then you get like the kind of framing of the arch that he's in, and then it cuts to him, slowly pans to him, and then reveals that he's in the tavern as well.
It sound I'm gonna sound stupid when I say this, so just prepare yourself. But it's almost like he was the bomb under the table that we didn't know
Exactly.
about. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like and it's a reoccurring theme kind of throughout this whole thing of Western stereotypes, like Western movies, spaghetti Western stereotypes, the Mexican standoff stuff, but also this Hitchcock bomb under the table. And it's like he was the bomb under the table for this thing, and it's all going to go up now.
And Wilhelm's the cause of this whole thing dying. Not the fact that they're there, but the fact that he's too stupid to not come back over to that table. If Wilhelm does not come back over to that table, the autograph's fine, but then he still comes back over and starts asking him about the dialogue, which is crazy insubordination.
He's like, as I was saying, he's like, what are you doing in France?
So anyways,
because if he doesn't do that, then they never raise their voices. They have their whiskey, they leave. Dude doesn't hear them back there. But because he raises his voice, that is when dude's like, excuse me, what? And that's such an interesting point about the languages, because any other movie, they could have just made it where everyone speaks English.
Yeah.
And it would have been fine. With this dialogue in English would have been great. We could have all paid attention, but it has to be these other language, because this is so important.
It's really important. And the subject matter as well. Like Nazis and the...
Yeah, and whatever. I understand that they speak German, but this has to be in German with the dialect issue. And then even earlier on, the opening scene, may I switch to English? The fact that they can't understand what they're saying.
And he cuts on that too, if you notice. In that scene, may I switch to English? It was like wide of them two in frame, cuts to just Hans. And it's kind of stark.
Yes.
You're like, oh... it's my native language, I guess.
Because if this were just one language, then clearly the people can understand what they're saying under the floor. But we need that. And that's why it's just so incredible. And it's great to rewatch this. Someone online pointed out that Hickox, from the minute this German soldier came over and sat down, he had his gun on him. And if you rewatch Hickox, you never see his left hand.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You never see his left arm or hand move from the minute this guy comes over, which means he, from that point, was like, we are fucked.
Yeah.
And he had his gun going at him. The major, though, of course, many people believe he knew this from the start. Like, he knew, because this guy is super high ranking. He knows people.
Yeah.
People think he saw Stiglitz and was like, oh my God,
well,
Hugo
that's Stiglitz.
That's,
so he knew it all along, not just the 3-finger thing. But that was finally when he's like, all right, we gotta do something about this. But it's interesting if you go back and watch, because Hickox never moves his left arm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize that, and I know he says it obviously.
Yeah.
But I've never taken the time to go back and look, rewind it, right?
And you wouldn't.
No, but
like when you first watched the movie, you wouldn't pay attention.
Yeah, because by the time this is fucking over, you're exhausted. You're like, I
Holy
can't go
shit.
back. But that is the point of it makes you think of, what if Stiglitz would have been the one to be like, look, you've been wearing out your welcome here. This is an officer's table.
Yeah.
You need to get back over there. And he even comes over. He's like, I'm not talking to you, Officer Frankfurt. I'm not talking to you, Officer Munich. I'm talking to you. I don't know what you are.
Beautiful writing.
And you're just
incredible.
Oh
God.
I just like, again, him playing this role it's like he is Hans Landa number 2.
I was just going to say, I really do think...
He's next in line.
It's like he's next in line.
He really is. I really think that even performance level is like on par.
And unfortunately, we're never going to talk about it because...
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz.
Because of Christoph Waltz.
And I because of the fact that it is complicated, because when Hickox is explaining, like, I was born in a little town in the shadow of Pitzpalu, remember that movie? And he's like, yeah. He's like, you remember that scene? Yeah.
All of us talk like this stuff there.
Yeah. And then he's just fine. You're like, okay, cool. Yeah, he's actually kind of cool, It's a little complicated in that way, but then, he sits down and he's like, we are old friends, and I must say that you are intriguing.
Ooh, and that's the moment.
but again, he's like, of course I'm
he does the Landa where he like seems threatening. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. Of course.
We're shooting like.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what he's saying.
And that's very, I think you're right. The dialect or the cadence of it is very kind of, I knew what he was saying without even reading the subtitles.
And I think that's what helped Tarantino direct this, because he's not fluent in these languages.
Absolutely, yeah.
He had to direct these pretty much blind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He knew what the subject matter was. He just
Yeah.
wanted to hear the way it sounded.
And it all comes across in your cadence. And if your cadence isn't matching up to like an American dialect for a Hollywood movie, then that's when it's probably going to get lost on your audience.
Yeah, he's not.
So it's very smart for him to go ahead and do that, but also it's very smart for him to be able to latch on to what they're doing.
Yeah.
Of course I'm intruding. Of course I'm intruding. You know, it's like you just said it. It's like I know what he's saying without him, without knowing the language.
Yeah, you feel comforting in that tone he's putting across. And I think Tarantino's directing them being like, you're in a movie. Like, remember that title card I had for Hugo Stiglitz? This isn't a World War II movie. No. This is a Tarantino movie.
Correct.
So we talk like this in my movies.
This is why I love Stiglitz so much, is like his reactions of his face he makes when they walk in the basement. He's like, oh my God, this is how it's going to end. And then when the guy comes over, he's like, motherfucker. The way he's staring at the drunk guys coming over, when the dude keeps hitting him in the chest, he goes,
oh, the whip transition.
Yeah. And then him just flinching like, God damn it, I want to kill this guy so bad. But the reason I love him the most, he's my favorite character, is that he knows this is over. He knows they're all going to die. Puts the gun on his lap. He's like, this Mexican standoff is over. But he still takes the time to shove a knife in the back of his spine and his neck.
The knife that they showed him sharpening.
Yes.
This previous scene.
Yes.
When he's like, we're not really going to be needing violence or anything. He's like, I'm Hugo Stiglitz. Okay.
And yeah, I mean, like, he already shot him.
Maintain a calm demeanor. Do I not look calm?
He does.
Like, you look okay. Well, if you put it that way, yes, you do look calm. Fuck.
Yeah, the dude's already dead, and you're still gonna be like, I know that when people come find him, I want them to see my knife in the back of his neck.
Exactly, and it's also a statement. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna find my body and know that I'm Hugo, but then you're also gonna see.
I took out a super high ranking officer.
What are they called? The German knives, the Hitler Youth knife, or whatever.
Youth knives, or
in the back of a major,
of a
Gestapo major. Yeah,
and it does beg a question here, as we are probably getting into the next scene of it, but I want to bring it back up. If you guys think that the major recognized Stiglitz. You know what I mean?
100%.
Did he pin him from the get? You know what I mean?
He knows anybody worth knowing, and Hugo Stiglitz is worth knowing.
Because the sergeant, the sergeant, in just their German army or whatever, from the beginning said everybody in the German army knows Hugo Stiglitz. And it's like, okay, so everybody knows this guy has to know.
Yep.
I mean, he's Gestapo.
You get the eruption of violence here, which is like Django level before it was Django, you know. I mean, it's Reservoir Dogs before, or like after. It's him refining that Mexican standoff of Reservoir Dogs in such a cinematic way, which is quick zooms here and there, and even adding more Hitchcock tension with showing the bar guy cocking his shotgun.
Yeah, I don't want to lose sight of that. Like when he pulls his Luger or whatever it is, and they both got the gun, and you see the bartender in the background the entire time who has a read on this whole thing. Oh, it's great.
He's like, oh, great. And one more thing on Fassbender. I love that's the British, the proud British in him. He's like, well, if we're gonna go out, I might as well go out speaking the Kings.
Don't mind to go out speaking Kings.
I must say so. Damn good stuff.
Damn good stuff.
They all know they're dead, and it's such a beautiful scene. What are we gonna do about this pickle?
By all means. I mean, and too, like quickly, I guess. Wilhelm, I feel bad for him. Like his new father.
There we go.
But also, you fucked this up, bro.
Honestly, I mean, like, but what are you gonna do? You're not, there's no exit out of here. You know, like you're the only one left. You're just in a shitty situation, brother. You know, and you're on the wrong end of it.
Sorry.
As far as history is concerned.
Because and you have to think about it. It's like, okay, first off, let's take it back for it. Like, let's peel back some layers here, okay? Number one, he can't get out of there alive knowing that von Hammersmark was a spy.
Yeah.
Right? There's no way anybody in there could leave knowing that.
This is a way too important operation.
100%. Number 2, yes, it's like he's a new father. He has a little kid now. Well, you're a Nazi. Maybe it's better that you're not a Nazi dad. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Just throwing it out there.
Just putting it out there, okay?
We don't make political stances on this podcast, but we are able to say that Hitler's the biggest piece of shit that's ever lived.
He's the biggest punchable face.
He's the most.
He's never been a character on our show yet. So yeah, he's the biggest punchable face.
He's the obvious most punchable face that the world has ever had.
I suppose if we were going to take a train, yeah, we might punch Hitler in the face. Huh?
We finally made a political statement.
Hey,
Don't add us, okay?
Oh yeah, see, damn it! Oh, those guys hate Nazis. Ah.
Also, like, I think it should be known that none of this did actually happen. That this is not a true story. Like Hitler didn't get shot in the theater that got burnt down. This is like it's not. There wasn't like a girl that owned a theater that originally was like escaped from this Hans.
Because I thought there was like a book that was like a diary or something.
No.
Oh no.
No,
Okay.
you're thinking of Abe Lincoln.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot of people think that
Hitler
this
didn't
is,
get Abe Lincoln.
Yes, he did not die in this theater. This is not a true story.
Man,
Yeah.
I know.
It seems so real.
I know. Well, they put the based on a true story thing, so yeah.
Oh,
They always get us with that.
Yeah.
They do.
Only one thing needs to be true.
Jesus.
once upon a time in Nazi-occupied France.
Yeah.
Well, scene 5, final scene. Rain, Donowitz, and Ulmer disguise themselves as Italian filmmakers. Though Landa easily sees through the ruse, he confronts von Hammersmark, kills her, arrests Rain and Udovich while secretly arranging a post-war immunity deal in exchange for letting the attack proceed. During the premiere, Zoller confronts Shoshana in the projection booth, resulting in them fatally shooting each other. The theater set ablaze, and Donowitz and Ulmer gun down everyone inside. Outside, Landa escorts Rain and Ultovich into Allied territory and surrenders.
I have to do this right now before we get any further into the discussion of this scene. Had everything gone right, that means that Stiglitz would have been walking into that premiere. That means that at the very least, Hans Landa would have seen him. He recognized him immediately when he saw him dead in that bar. Hugo, you rising up in the world, and with your history of insubordination.
It does seem a little off that they had him involved in this.
How would they have him involved in this Operation Kino going forward?
Right.
Into this place, in this lion's den, that everybody would know who Hugo Stiglitz is. Stiglitz.
Because, like, I guess you could say, well, they didn't know Hans Landa was going to be there, but if Hitler's going to be there, Hans is going to be there.
Correct.
I mean, yeah, you're talking about, like, everyone's going to be there. Like, that means it's high alert beyond high alert, right? I mean, so how...
It's not a great... None of it's a great plan. And, in fact, I think the von Hammersmark side quest is nothing's great about this plan. You know?
Oh no, and it gets worse.
It gets worse and worse and
Well,
worse.
obviously, right here.
Yeah, it obviously gets worse. But like, had it gone off without a hitch, I mean, you know,
it wouldn't
had the
have.
bar scene gone off without a hitch,
correct.
it still would have been fucked.
Yeah, it would
Yes.
have been. That's what I kind of mean. Is like, it feels like. Did you guys ever see that? What's that movie? The Tom Cruise movie? Is it Valkyrie or something like that? You remember that? How
Which
it's just
every
like,
single bit of that happened for sure.
and that all happened, but
Yeah.
so it's like would it just have gotten to a point and then it would have gotten foiled? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I wonder.
I mean, yeah, who knows? Like, who knows what Hans would have done? Who knows if Hans is the only one that would have noticed him? I know, like, everyone in the German army knows him, I guess, but who knows? But like,
would he have let it played out like he did?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he like, I think Tarantino wants that. I think he like is like, no, it was foolish from the beginning to have Stiglitz, even though I didn't really tell you, and now it's even more foolish because Aldo Rain is going to take his place.
But
Yeah.
to go with it's Shoshana's movie, so thank God Shoshana's here.
Absolutely.
You know, she's the one that's going to save this poor plan from even happening. But Man, and this is some of the comedy of the movie. Like I don't speak Italian. Like I said, third most. And but the best part is
fuck up.
Del Coco. He actually has the best pronunciation of his Italian name, even though he says he doesn't
Dominic
speak Italian.
Coco.
De Coco.
Dominic de Coco.
I love how he's like Dominic Coco. One more time.
more
Dominic Coco. Perfect.
See, even he's like, no, you did it. You're good at that. But I'll tell you what, if there's a funniest scene that Brad Pitt has ever been in his career, it is him getting tackled as the champagne glass is coming up to his mouth, and he's going, and he just gets tackled. It's like a 1 second shot.
Oh, dude.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
The
I
way
laughed
the
out
liquid
loud.
comes out and stays in camera
Yeah.
and plops on the ground is great.
And him obviously just
Yes.
just saying single words. Buongiorno.
He said that he speaks the
Gorlami.
most Italian. He is lying.
Yeah.
Garlami.
Dominic de Coco. What? Once
Margheriti.
Once more. Dominic de Coco. Perfect.
Margherite. Once more with like gusto. Really give it to me.
Really give me the music. Let me hear the music. And it is like Antonio Margheriti.
And they all fucking know. They're all like,
It's so funny.
we are screwed.
And this came
They
through
know.
in the table read too. Did you guys see that? This wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to kind of be good at Italian. Aldo Rain was.
Oh.
And then Brad Pitt at the table read did it like Aldo Rain would.
Gorlami.
Gorlami, Arrivederci, that kind of, and it blew everyone away. It made everyone it killed everyone pretty much. And so he added this in, and I think that's where it came from, where the other characters came into play too. So he makes this scene. We know that Hans knows, and they don't know. It's again the Hitchcock thing, but it's a comedy bit now.
Yeah.
And they're all fucked. They all know. Like when he dies laughing at her
Oh
talking
my
about,
God, dude.
Yeah.
you see the tension on their face of just being like, motherfucker.
She's like almost in tears.
She knows that this motherfucker, because she knows him personally.
Mountain climbing. He's like, and he just
Rips it apart.
Oh my God, it's so good. And it's like, and my God, when did this happen? And it looks like that cast was just put on. This happened yesterday.
He just fucking erupts in laughter and like embarrasses her. It's so funny.
Oh my God, dude. And
but
like
terrifying.
Yes.
oh yeah, it's like, and he's like, oh yeah, it's like, let me help you find your seats. He's like, yeah, no surprise that you'd be able to get your friends, premier seats, I guess, with your level of celebrity. 23 and 24. All right, go get them, guys. Just like, get the hell out of here.
Separates the crew.
Separate them.
Yep, he knew. He's like, yeah, you go in there.
Yep.
Because he's already got his plan in place. He's like, oh, this is so perfect.
Yeah.
I've found my way out. I know what's going to happen here already.
The only loose end is Von Hammersmark.
Yep. So let's take her out.
Yep.
Let's get our sexy foot shot of the movie for QT.
Gotta have it.
We got to have that.
And QT strangling her. Gotta have that.
Gotta have
Gotta
it.
have it. Yeah. I mean, what else do you need here?
Yeah.
Well, you need more Hans Landa, I think, in the scene where it's just like the scene, and I got you right where I want you, and he like pokes him in the nose and gets headbutted.
Yeah.
Even that bullshit's just like, fuck you, dude. But performance level obviously is, ooh, that's a bingo, the famous thing.
Bingo.
I think this isn't where he won the Oscar, but I think he just solidified one of the greatest performances ever put to screen.
It's the switch. We didn't expect that he would do this.
No.
He was so cold and calculated as one of the worst humans on the planet, working for the worst human on the planet. And so quickly, he's like, no, this is going to be great.
And I love that it's show business that does it to him.
Yes.
Pretty much, because he's like, well, I'm going to perform. I'm going to, we're at a film premiere, so I'm going to play a character. I'm going to do a little switcheroo on everybody, and I'm going to become the quote unquote good guy. And I want everyone to write papers about me, and I want a home, and what was it?
Nantucket.
Nantucket Island.
Just ridiculous shit.
He just wants the only thing that he really cares about is just essentially being on the winning side. And the moment that became not an option for basically the Nazi side, that as he saw it, he's like,
Cool.
all right, I think he found his thing, like you were saying earlier, like almost like
Got
that
it.
last thing he was saying with Shoshana is like, I'm gonna let this play out.
I know how this is gonna work.
I know how this is gonna go. And yeah, it's just kind of fucking brilliant.
I love how smart he is too. Even in the end, Aldo's asked like 2 different people at this point, when you gonna take that Nazi uniform off? And of course, they're all like, yeah, of course. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to burn it.
I thought you'd say
I
that.
thought you say that with Lando. You going to take that uniform off? He goes, like his face goes cold.
Yeah.
He goes, God damn it! Like I'm not even going to answer your question. He's the only one that doesn't answer it. I would have been like, yeah, totally. I'm throwing it away, man.
You'll be shot for this. I've been more like chewed out. I've been chewed out before.
I love it. And that's so American too. It's like, you hear about other armies or whatever
Yeah.
being like punished very strictly and
Yes.
really
Corporal punishment.
Yeah.
No,
really
don't
here
worry.
it's just
We
like,
got Hitler.
what the fuck did you do? You're an idiot, like,
Harvey Keitel is on the other end of that radio. He's like, damn it, Rain.
yeah.
All right.
All right,
Right.
but we got Hitler and Goebbels.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good then.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, like, and then this whole ending is pure catharsis.
Ugh, it's the
mean,
greatest thing ever.
It's really great. I mean, it's just this is what movies are made for.
Yes.
And like, if you're upset with like the changing of history, I don't know what to tell you.
I
Like,
don't.
it's once upon a time. It said in the beginning, like it's a fucking fairy tale. It's
Fairy tale fantasy.
obviously fake, but everyone's talked about like how like what if we went back in time and killed Hitler as a baby? Like what would happen?
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, well, how about we just kill him by shooting him in the face 1,000 fucking times in a movie theater?
If you don't watch this and just get so excited and happy at the thought of Hitler taking 1,000,000 bullets to the face, something's wrong with you.
And it looks ridiculous.
It looks fucking ridiculous.
I mean, like the effect is good, but I think it's supposed to be not great.
Yes.
And like his face, like literally getting lit up.
Yeah.
It looks like he's like, it looks like he's shooting an animatronic or like
it does.
It doesn't look like real, like K&B can do, and I know they can do, and I think that's on purpose because literally they're in a cinema, they're watching a movie, it's make believe, and so is this, literally.
If I was the actor's name who plays Dom, it's Dom Doom plays Dominic DeCoco, that guy. If I were him, every single photo of me for anything that you needed from here on out would be him with that machine gun taking out freaking Goebbels and his French interpreter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the best. It's like such a great like 3-second shot of him just it's fucking awesome. And then
You can
Eli
retire.
Roth's the same way. He can retire on that photo alone, just signing autographs. And then, but I don't want to overshadow like the moment of those two like hatching this little plan. He's like, when I kill that guy, you got 30 feet. He's like, you got 30 feet that you got to get and kill that other guy. Can you do it? I have to. I fucking love
Because
that.
they know they're like, we're probably not going to make it out of this, but let's give it a shot.
Those like handgun
Those are
things.
cool. I
Those
want
are
one.
so badass. Prop.
Okay.
Prop.
Nick Mad wanted the globe bar in the war room. Like, can you
Nice.
imagine that?
Yeah, that's dope.
I want one of those giant Nazi banners. I'm just fucking kidding. I don't want
Whoa.
that. I don't want that. I would like a glass of milk from La Petite's farm.
Ooh,
okay.
all right. Yeah.
I mean,
Sexy.
the pipe. The Sherlock pipe.
You look like an idiot.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes.
Really? You want the big Nazi pipe, Sean? Not the corn
It
cob
didn't have
pipe?
a thing on it.
Yeah,
it didn't
it
have
definitely-
like it didn't have
Oh.
the markings.
It
It's-
had it.
Sherlock is
Wow,
not
dude.
German, right?
Wow, dude.
I don't know.
I thought you were gonna take his snuff box, but
Nope.
I know.
I don't do that anymore.
Good for you, man.
Thanks, man.
Proud of you, man.
That took a lot.
Still sober on it, but no, I love this final sequence, like them killing him, and then like, and you know what? We didn't even talk about Zoller and freaking.
This is Zoller. This is where his true colors come out, and I love that Shoshana. All she has to do to keep this psychopath from R-wording her is to be like, "No, I'm into it.
Yeah,
Lock
on
the
in.
door." He's like, "Oh, why should I lock the door? Why do you think we're gonna bone right now?"
Yeah,
And that was all it took for him to die.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, okay. yeah, totally.
Oh, so you just like aggressive guys. Okay.
This war hero, the larger than life, literally on screen
On
right
screen
now,
being the talk of the nation.
just being reduced to what a shithole man would be.
Yeah.
Bummer she died, but also she got what she needed.
It's
what are you? You're gonna die after this
and
anyway.
the chapter's
so.
called "The Revenge of the Big Face," you know, and like her face is in the smoke on screen. It's beautiful.
One point everybody made was that her speech was in English and nobody would understand what she said. It was the only weird choice that Tarantino made because everybody like, what is she saying?
Well, and because it's true.
What?
Because like there's several lines in the movie Nation's Pride or whatever. Like Tarantino has a line that says, so it sounds like a really bad, like formal version. It's like, it's imperative that we take out that bell tower, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then the line right before Shoshana's cut is Frederick Zoller saying something in English. So I don't know. It's because
how's about that for Germany or something?
Yeah, something like who are you willing to face for Germany or whatever, and it's like, and then it's her face. So yeah. But anyways, it's like you're right. English from her, the English was maybe understood for him saying that to English soldiers. I don't fucking know. What the fuck?
Two more quick things for me. Just when the guy gets blown out the window, it's a scream that's kind of like a Wilhelm scream, which is funny. But it's Kurt Russell's scream in Death Proof when he gets car crashed or whatever.
Fuck yeah.
So he made his own Wilhelm scream, kind of fun. And then literally Brad Pitt saying into camera at the end, "I think this might be my masterpiece." Tarantino just saying, "I think this might be my masterpiece."
That's literally what he said.
Yeah.
And he was right.
Getting pretty good at that.
Well, we have dissected this movie with a modern eye. Time to give it a modern day rating. Sean, what are your thoughts, man?
This is an excellent movie. David Bowie song is in this movie. That's fucking crazy, and it works. I mean, this might be our longest episode ever. We've been here for like 19 hours, it feels like, but it's a Tarantino movie, and I love it. I love the performances. I really think that Brad Pitt is underrated in this movie. I think he's not talked about enough because of the overshadow of Christoph Waltz. And August Deal kind of is on third place in this for me. And then fourth place, I think, is Melanie Laurent. I just think it's incredible. And I think the lighting of Robert Richardson is underrated and very distinct when you see it, especially like this movie compared to Casino. You see, like, especially like in the first interrogation scene, the pockets of light that he uses to shine on tables specifically, and the reflection off the tables shines on people's faces. That's Robert Richardson lighting to me, and I think it's really distinct and really cool. This is unfortunately like probably my lowest Tarantino, though. This is probably my least favorite Tarantino.
Damn, son.
That's shocking.
But I was telling my brother last night, I'm like, a bad Tarantino, it's not even bad. A low Tarantino
Doesn't mean it's bad.
is still better than most movies ever made. This I think this could be his best script, in my opinion. But I do have better movies that he's made, in my opinion. I'm going to give this an 8.7.
8.7 for Sean. AJ, what about you?
You know, I was looking at my other Tarantinos that we've done on the show, and I have my Reservoir Dogs, which is arguably probably one of my favorite Tarantinos, is a 9.2, but I don't think it's necessarily like his best, right? So I always try to take that standpoint, like, yeah, just because it's my favorite doesn't mean that it is, like, you know, the best or something. Pulp Fiction, however, I didn't even realize is my second highest rated movie at a 9.7.
Good for you.
And I do believe that. And there's only a few reasons why I don't think, or why I think that this wouldn't quite match that. I think that there are some slower parts to this that, like, when I really was in the trenches of kind of rewatching this, like time number 3, time number 4, There was a couple of moments where I'm just like, I'm kind of over this part. I can come back when I know it gets to the bar scene, or I can come back. Like I really enjoy watching it when it's Mike Myers cameo.
Mm-hmm.
But there are just like certain pockets of time, like when during like the movie theater and like that, I just don't. I kind of find myself checking out a little bit. So it's really hard. I do think that it must fall somewhere in the middle there. And that would mean it's got to be that I do think that this movie is the same. Yeah, I think it's the same as these, and I'm going to go ahead and give this a 9.5.
Dang.
Damn, son. Yeah, Sean, I mean, you're right. It's not one of my favorite Tarantinos, but that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's just incredible. I think it's so kind of poetic. I just didn't like the acting when I first saw it, but now just seeing all these incredible performances of people, like Fassbender comes in like halfway through the movies and is gone in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
These are like 20-minute short story movies that would live on their own anywhere in the world, and he just puts them together. It's like this poetic thought of her burning priceless film that will never be able to be recreated again in order to kill the worst people that have ever lived on the planet. It's like this beautiful poetry.
It's the most Tarantino way to do a World War to kill Hitler. It's the most Tarantino way to
It's
kill
a hard
Hitler.
choice. Like Tarantino, like, hey, you got to burn
Exactly.
all this film to kill Hitler. Well, shit.
That's
okay.
what he would probably do, and that's probably what it would take for him.
If I had my way, if I got my way to
Yes.
do it, that's what it'd be.
Yeah.
I don't love it as much as Pulp Fiction, but I am going to go higher than Reservoir Dogs, though. I'm going to be an 8.7 as well.
Nice.
Nick Mad, I've seen this film several times since my initial watch, and I doubt I've ever changed my opinion so drastically on a film. Nostalgically, I felt like it was lacking in what made Tarantino so great. But I soon realized it was showcasing his continued growth as a filmmaker and perfecting his craft. The talent is in the storytelling, and I defy anyone to argue a better director at creating interesting characters. Each chapter tells a unique story that could be its own short film, and they all become epically intertwined in its conclusion. This is a World War II movie where the battlefield is a conversation over a glass of whiskey and not a bullet flying across a trench. It has brilliant performances coupled with Tarantino's trademark dialogue, plus it undoubtedly had an impact on the creation of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I believe it stands as one of the best war films ever made, and Tarantino's third best film to date. That's a bingo, 9.4.
Nice.
We are a 9.08 as a group, which is going to take this into the 11th spot. We don't think it's as good as Shaun of the Dead, T2, and Back to the Future, and Pulp Fiction, of course, but we do think it's better than Silence of the Lambs, Goonies, Heat, and Fight Club, and Reservoir Dogs.
It's just, I mean, interchangeable at that point.
Oh yeah, they're all the best ever made.
What can you do?
I gotta say, I am pretty surprised that I'm the highest one out of all four of
bud.
us of liking this movie.
I know
But,
that you like this one better.
yeah,
I know you talk about this one a lot more than
this is definitely a big one. Django is up there for sure, and obviously Reservoir Dogs. Like I love Pulp Fiction,
Yeah.
but for some reason it doesn't and it's obviously in the top, but it's just like for some reason it falls short of the conversation for it. I don't know why. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Such an interesting thing.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for being here. Tune in as we go for round 2 of a beatdown of the worst character in movie history, Santa Claus 2, followed by Batman Returns. Also, if you're new to this episode, go back last year, Black Hawk Down. Just throwing it out there.
it's another war movie.
And of course, thanks to Logan on the controls here at Upload Media Group in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Pure Cinema. Learn more at Upload Media Group. We've been here for a long time. UploadMediaGroup.com and check out our network, Cloud10 at cloud10.fm. That's it for us. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Deuces.
Auf Wiedersehen. Or
Say auf Wiedersehen to you, Nazi balls.
au revoir.